to turn around because the sun's starting to go down. I was impressed and I was disappointed. Like, the woman that I spent 4 hours in the same courtroom with could not possibly be the same woman in this current situation. Because it just didn't, like, the math did not add up. It did not make any sense to me at all. And that's why it was fucking disheartening. It's okay if you can't see it, because that's got nothing to do with me. But it saddened me because we're in this courtroom and it's an extension of a man. Of a man who did wrong by you, of a man who did wrong by me, of a man that did wrong by everybody's children in this situation. And it was especially disappointing as well to see somebody go on the bat for somebody who was not there, who's been behind the scenes, who, if he had been a better person, none of this would have ever taken place. For those of you who have not actually watched every single video, the plaintiff 100% approved of my series. I don't think that she really understood in the moment what she consented to, possibly, but she 100% sat here and consented to it. And now my opinion on like what and why and how, it's changed just a little bit, not by much, but just a little bit. She alleged that she was getting sent links to my multiple platforms from family, and they were saying that I was talking about her. She also alleged that she did not put her daughter in the same school she attended last year because she was concerned about her safety. I mean, well, you're the mom. Do what you feel comfortable with, but okay. In one of my videos, I said that I would drag her in the courtroom, and it wasn't literal, it's metaphorical. But she told the judge that she didn't know how to take that. Therefore, one can only naturally assume that I meant physically, like literally. There really is some shit that I do not get involved with. I'm not putting my hands on anybody. Like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And I'm not about to mess up my nails. But I'm not putting my hands on anybody, and I've never threatened to put my hands on anybody. Like I said, it was weird because she knew that I knew that she knew that I knew that was embellishment. That was an over-exaggeration. That had to be said in order for the judge to think that I was a physical threat, which I was not. The judge actually also never brought up the stalking allegations, which was weird because I'm like, how in the world did I even get served in the first place? So I assume naturally, like, that had to be what had to be said for them to think and feel as though I was a physical threat to her safety and her livelihood and her family. She also said that I knew that she was from California, that she was unsure of what I was physically capable of. You're not telling the truth. You are seriously hanging on every tooth and nail to try and make something what it actually, in fact, is not. But, to each his own, whatever. But the primary reason that I was upset about the whole situation was because you really got on the phone with me for 3 hours and we were talking for 3 hours casually comparing notes. Some of the final statements that were made during that phone call was related to lab work for my son, was related to the trait of sickle cell and why the lab work was necessary, was related to her telling me that she was going to actually give me the document that would be beneficial for my son in child support court, discussing the details of what my ex does and does not do for their children together. So when you get off the phone and it's on a good note and everything was copacetic, and then over 2 months later, you get served with a temporary restraining order, why would that not make somebody upset? It was passive aggressive. It was backsliding. it was reneging, it was slimy. It was slimy behavior. Because I'm just like, okay, at the end of the day, ultimately, you don't owe me anything. But we legitimately had a conversation in detail for 3 hours, and you knew about the series. And never once did you ever say that I could not put out my series. That's the gag. That's the shit that makes me mad, because it's not even me just knowing my rights. It's not even me just knowing how to protect myself and also protect the identities of other people. It's the fact that we had the actual conversation, and I'm supposed to just be cool. I saw in my comments that somebody said, I'm not really sure who she's related to, but somebody said in my comments, you're mad because you got played and you're just hurt. I'm mad because she played me. This ain't gonna kill me. I've been hurt before. It's not the end of the damn world. I'm mad at the manipulation. I'm mad at being deceived. I'm mad at this really being how, like, we as adults conduct ourselves. That shit was some slimy ass behavior. It was. And now what's going on in my comments, that shit's in fact, that's what harassment looks like. That's what cyberbullying actually looks like. That right there. That's actually what it looks like. But I digress. And you guys do not have to worry. You do not have to worry about me. I'm not getting those transcripts. The transcripts, well, not for this particular case. Transcripts cost like $129 for every 30 minutes of court. That's over, like, that's almost like $500-$600 if there's taxes, and it's Jersey. There's probably some taxes on that shit. I'm not spending that money just to read some nonsense. Is it? Like, I'm not. And I feel confident and comfortable with the things that I am discussing because it's not slander or defamation of character. It's in the actual transcripts. So if any judge were to ever pull it, they would see, okay, well, you may not like it, but that is what you said. It's not slander or defamation of character when it's true. This was exhausting and it didn't change anything. I just don't know what the expectation from anybody was for me with that knowledge of this happened the way that it happened. I am not the biggest problem in the room. I am not your biggest issue. But this inability to actually take accountability for your activity is crazy to me. It is, but you know what? I need to lower my expectations for the behaviors and morals of other people, because we're not all the damn same. We're not.
Nobody trashes your name better than someone who's afraid you'll tell people the truth.